Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Tuesday's Tool on Otram's YouTube channel. Today I thought I would show you guys our power brake bleeder. We used to use one of the pump up motive style ones, but those let moisture get into the system. This one's nice. The fluid goes in the top chamber, and then there's a bladder, and then air goes in the bottom chamber to keep constant pressure on your fluid. And it just, comes through the line. And on the old cruisers, we've got one of the universal clamp-on adapters. Not a huge fan of these, because if you don't get them just right, they'll leak as you're bleeding, as this one did, as you can see by the freshly mopped floor. What we normally use, and I like much better, are these Power Probe aluminum bleeder adapters. Like this one's the Toyota one, and you clamp it on the top of the master, and then when you spin this nut, it expands an O-ring up inside for a really positive seal. I like these much better. They don't make one that fits the older 40s. So basically, you just set everything up, hook your air hose up, open your air line to charge the system, and then if you want, you can actually close this valve, unhook your air hose, and this thing can go wheel around on its own throughout the shop, and you don't actually have to keep an air hose hooked to it. And then you'll hook everything up here, slowly open the fluid valve to make sure that you're sealed at the top, because if you don't, you get a huge fountain out the top. But once you've got a good seal, you can open up the fluid valve, and it'll run fluid in. We've got this one set at like 15 psi. And there you go. It's starting to leak because it's been sitting here for a few minutes without me bleeding. And you have to sit there and mess with it to get it to stop. I actually might need a new one of these adapters because it's pissing quite a bit. Anyway, so you would hook that up with hopefully not a leaking adapter, which this one's leaking quite a bit now. There we go. That'll slow it up some. And then once you're ready, you can just open each of your bleeders at the calipers, bleed the air out of the system. Sometimes it helps to pump the brake pedal a little bit, just to get more pressure through the system. But yeah, that's our pressure bleeder for brakes. It makes it real handy for doing one-man brake flushes, brake jobs. Thing holds 4 gallons of fluid. So it lasts forever between fluid changes. Anyway, hope you liked this week's Tuesday's Tool. If you did, please subscribe below, and we'll see you next Tuesday.